always say this about you, and I think it's important. You make learning stuff about astrophysics fun, and that's what's missing. You know, it's not that people don't like to be educated, that they don't like to learn. They just don't want to be bored.
That's a perceptive point because, you know, think of the image we have of, let's say you're in a school where most people don't go to college. You're in high school. And then last day of school comes. What do people do? They toss their papers in the air as they run down the steps. School's out. No. What's the rock song? School's out for summer. Was it forever?
And then ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Then forever.
Ever.
Right?
Yeah.
So that attitude must mean the school didn't train you to embrace curiosity.
Right.
That learning was a chore, and now the chores are over.
Yeah.
So I think the educational system needs an adjustment. Forget whether or not you go to college, because you're going to spend more years not in school than in school, even if you do go to college. What you want, I think, are lifelong learners, lifelong curiosity.
Yes.
Where once you are trained and your curiosity is stimulated, the curiosity we all had as children. Children don't need to be taught to be curious. They are curious to the point of destruction of whatever it is they touch. Oh, what is this egg on the counter? What is this glass? What is this plate? What's under a rock? What happens if I pull a leg off a daddy long? You know, they are experimenting with the world. We don't think of it that way, but that's what it is. They're all born scientists. And I say this often. You spend the first years of a child's life teaching it to walk and talk. Then you spend the rest of its life telling it to shut up and sit down. It's this is the wrong combination. So speaking as an educator, I think a missing component of school is it the teachers? Is it the curriculum? I don't know. But when you get out of school, you should say to yourself, damn, I want to learn more.
It's almost universally accepted, too, that that's when your learning ends. When you get out of college, it's over.
Then you say you're done.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, you're ossified in life.
Yeah.
And that's how, when the job market shifts, you're not ready for it because you don't know how to think. You don't know how to learn.
Right.
And it's the difference in the workplace between the person who gets an assignment and say, Joey, Janet, I need you to do this. That's not in my job description. I'm not trained for this. That's one kind of person in a workplace. Another kind of person is, here's a new task I need you to do. Wow, I've never seen that before. Great, let me figure it out.
Right.
These are two completely different species of human being. And what the world needs more of is like the second case, where you take a new task and you say, wow, I get to learn. I'm going to learn on my own. I'll ask people who know more. You just embrace the act of learning to satisfy your curiosity. And I think this book is capturing that in the public.
Well, it must be doing something.
Yeah.
60, how many weeks?
67 weeks.
God dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weeks.
Yeah, every morning I wake up, I'm calm, but I'm really not calm. I'm saying, holy shit. Sorry, you're live. Can I say it?
Yeah, you can say holy shit.
I can say it, okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson swears, ladies and gentlemen, he's human. People think you're a robot. Now they know. It's a great sign, I think. And I think your podcast is a great sign as well. The success of your podcast and the success of a lot of science podcasts. That's
an excellent note that you noticed that. There's a rise of science-curious podcasts out there.
It's an opportunity to be entertained and learned, which I think is what everybody misses.
Right.
And I think that's what's missing in most public education. It's people are bored.
Yeah.
And you take these kids with so much energy and then you make them sit still and watch something that's not even remotely stimulating by a person who doesn't really care to be there.
Right. And they know this. They know this intuitively, if not explicitly, that the enthusiasm is absent.
Yeah, they could feel it.
Yeah.
And just, it's the worst way to learn. It's the worst way, and it's so hard to escape. Once you get out of that system, it takes forever for a lot of these people to just get their excitement about education back.
You know what I say when I address teachers? We all, by the way, I'll do this right now in this room. There's only 3 of us, but let's take a show of hands. In your life, with all the teachers you've ever had in every class you've ever taken, how many had like a singular influence on who and what you became? Give me a number. It's going to be, I'm betting, it's 5 or fewer, probably more like 3.
Yeah, for teachers.
What's your number?
Well, there's the one that I talked about on your show the last time I saw you.
Thanks for coming on to Star Talk.
My pleasure. Who was a science teacher that I had when I believe I was in 7th grade, who told me that if you really want to hurt your brain, look up and recognize the fact that that goes on forever, that this is infinite, and then just think about what that means, infinite, that there really is no end to it.
So, but how many teachers such as that were so influential on you?
That one guy saying that one
So
thing
for you, it's
in that
one.
one class,
It's one.
he might be the one.
And what do you got?
Maybe two at
Two.
most, maybe.
For me, it's like 2.5. And I've had scores of teachers.
Yeah.
Okay? 100 teachers, at least. So what I tell teachers is, be that teacher to your students. We've all had those teachers. Be that teacher. And in every case, it wasn't because the topic was something you knew in advance you would like. It's because their energy for sharing their passion and love for the subject was palpable.
Yeah.
And it just spilled out of them and went into course through your veins and your arteries. And you walk out of there thinking, wow, that was the most interesting thing I've ever done in my life. You don't even care what you get on a test after that because you got touched and you became an enlightened participant in that exercise, in that exploration.